Promote your brand here at Viral Hip Hop News. Hit me, Sam Ant, at DLSMediaInc1 at gmail.com. DLSMediaInc1 at gmail.com. Let's go. Hot off the presses. Grab your exclusive merch at the Viral Hip Hop Shop. Protect your energy at all costs. And you tired of all these self-proclaimed goats? Well, be a goat killer exclusively at the Viral Hip Hop Shop. Link in the description.
Let's jump into it today, man. So, D1 the other day, man, he set hip-hop on fire, calling out a couple of people, Jim Jones, Rick Ross, and Meek Mill, for their lyrical content. Well, since then, Jim Jones actually appeared on Sway in the Morning and actually threatened our brother D1. Sam Man has the audio loaded. Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
I really do a lot for the people.
Mm-hmm. He talked about lyrics.
I don't care about none of that.
Okay.
In real life, I do a lot for the people. Miss me with the rhetoric about what I do in my music. I get money off my music. Don't tell me how to make my dollars. You gotta watch whose names you mentioning out here.
Mm-hmm.
You heard?
Yeah.
Because my little cousin might not like how you mention my name. You heard? And then he might want to slap a dread out your head just because he don't understand that you using my name for fame, and he don't understand that.
Yeah.
There's a certain way to go about certain things when you're using certain people's name. When you do certain things, it's a reaction for every action.
What's the best way?
It's out now. It ain't no best way to have a conversation. He got to see me when he see me now.
Okay.
You heard?
If he reached out,
He had the chance. He could have reached out. That avenue of talking to me is out.
That's out.
You heard? I had the same conversation with Farrakhan.
How did that go?
He summoned me for saying his name.
Oh, okay.
heard?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
If you know now what you're talking about, young man, let me school you to what you're doing. Well, yeah, it is music. So in a bit of music, you do get you get what you get, you heard? But we still in the entertainment business. But miss me with the bullshit, you heard? When you see me, keep your hand down, you heard? Where you from, New Orleans? Don't play with me like that. People from New Orleans already called me, you heard? You preacher, get out of here.
You told too.
What was that, King?
You told?
Yeah, he told.
So we ain't gonna get into that. I just
No.
want to heat him up. Will you snap on him?
Yeah, of course.
Basket.
No.
Look like you sell incense
We
all
got
day.
other things we could go. But listen, I'll say this.
He look like he sell chew sticks on 2/5 by the 4 train.
Come on, let's not do that. Come on, Jim.
It's cool
No,
for
but
him,
listen,
like,
what I'm saying is, I'm glad you addressed
Bro,
it.
he's not.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
let's not even talk about him. I
Okay.
don't even know him. I
Let's
don't know
move
where he's
on.
at. I don't really care about him. He's a figment of my imagination.
Well, let me say this.
I've seen people reprimanded for less. I promise you.
Yeah,
that. Niggas will wrinkle your shirt for way less than that. You
Yeah.
heard?
I will say he's been putting in work for years.
Yeah.
And he's
Where at?
he's been all over the country.
He didn't work obviously not working for him because he's using other people's name. If he was doing something from his heart, he shouldn't use nobody else's name if you've been outside doing that work.
That's it. I don't want to go back and forth. I just want y'all to know he's done work. He does work in a different area.
All right, keep doing work. You heard?
Okay.
Leave me out of that. You heard? I promise you, leave me out of that. I'm scared for anybody that bothers me. I don't want no problem. I don't want no drama. I don't want you to mention my name because I don't want no drama. I don't want to get an attitude because you mentioned my name for no reason. I don't even want to get into that.
Okay.
I start glitching and shit like that. You heard? You got me very upset about this, bro. Let me know what you do besides preaching to the people, bro. You heard? When you want to do something positive and do something for the people instead of talking, holla at me, bro.
The weird part about this is that you could reach out to these dudes all day long with positivity, and they'll ignore it. But as soon as they think that you're mentioning their name in a negative way, or they find a way to get in touch with you. Here's what I'll say about Jim Jones, right? First of all, Tekashi 6ix9ine is running around untouched. Didn't he telling your mans in them? The other thing is, how come we always got, right, so much hate and vitriol? Like, we want to put hands on each other so bad. For the man trying to pull you into an intellectual conversation. He ain't talk about your mother. He didn't threaten you. He ain't do that. He talked about your lyrical content and how it's affecting the youth, which is a very relevant topic. Super relevant. But again, like D1 said, all you get is deflecting and people talking about what you did. And that's cool. If D1 helped the people, that's great. I love it. If Jim Jones helps the people, that's great. I love it. But to deflect off of it and start threatening this dude and lying about people, nobody called you. Ain't nobody, nigga, somebody sent you a DM or somebody sent you probably seen a message on social media. Nobody called you. And it's another thing that gets me. these dudes feel like you from New York, you from New Orleans. You feel like you got people, like your cousin's going to be mad. Well, don't you think D1 got family? Don't you think D1 got people that's going to ride for him in New Orleans?
Yep.
Like, this dude has been and touched a lot of people, D1, and we've been watching, and we met him in person. He's out there touching a lot of people with a positive message. There's no way you can try to threaten nobody like that, man. But I'm not going to sit up here and think that D1 is some type of a punk or nothing like that either. But I just think it's corny. I think that's corny of Jim Jones, and it kind of shows that, all right, he struck a nerve because, as the saying goes, when you throw that rock, the only dog that's going to bark is the one that got hit by the rock. Jim Jones got hit by the rock because it might be some guilty conscience. And just like what I was saying, we was kind of briefly talking about it before. These guys is out in the street. They got a guilty conscience selling this dope. They move over to rap and think it's a little bit different, but it might not be. Your message might have destroyed a lot of people. Just like you can see, I'm going to turn it over to you, right?
Hey, do you think, bro?
Kids and whatnot, they start wanting to be like these rappers, and they might have a toy gun. That shit turned into a real gun. They see the rappers, selling drugs. They want to do that, glamorizing this. They want to do that. Yes, your message has an effect on the people, just like D1's message has an effect, a positive effect on the people. If that wasn't the case, why the hell is all these liquor companies and all these different companies paying to put money into you guys? Because they understand that you guys got influence and reach. But I'm going to let you go in, man.
You were cooking, bro. I'll let you. The floor was yours, man. Well put.
Yeah.
And I couldn't agree more. When I first heard that, it threw me off so bad because I'm like, damn.
Right.
What did he say about, in particular, because, all right, Rick Ross said what he said, right? And we criticized that. Meek Mill, said what he said. We criticized that. But it wasn't with the same vitriol, anger, and didn't come with the same different kind of, it wasn't on the same level as Jim Jones did. And it confused me because I'm like, damn, what did he say that was so disrespectful? What did he say that cut a nerve so bad that you said people hit you up talking about it, coming with violence? So I went back and I listened to it, and I'm going to just play a quick clip of what he said.
Do better, brother. I love you too much. I love you too much to not be honest with you. Rick Ross, you could do better, brother. Meek Mill, you could do better, brother. I love you too much not to be honest with you. Are you the face of prison reform? Because are you the face of prison reform? Or are you sitting here on your new song with Ross talking about getting somebody murked and shot at the red light? Which one is it, bro? Which one is it, bro? Because I did a shoe giveaway in my city and gave out 1,300 pairs of your shoes because they said reform underneath them. And I love that you partnered with a major shoe company and you out here pushing prison reform. But now I got to sit here like, man, this man glorifying getting people killed as of a week ago. Like, what are you doing, bro? Lil Snoop really got killed. That broke your heart. You wear him around your neck. Why are you glorifying the same thing? Rap game, hip-hop industry is great at cooking up some delicious poison. I don't call you out because I got a problem with you, man. Like, I wish we could go get lunch right now, me and any of them.
All right, so that's the power phrase, right? Said much more, but that's just the power phrase. Didn't get no, right. The level didn't get no different than that. What the fuck did he say that caused a reaction to you threatening violence?
He called out the contradiction. Think about this real quick. I'm gonna let you cook.
Go ahead,
right?
go ahead.
Think about this real quick. I was just thinking about it. Like, I went to a deeper level on it. Think about Meek Mill, right? Just picture Meek Mill as a politician now, and he's promoting prison reform. Just picture that, right? And picture him as a white guy.
Okay.
Then picture him, going to a music video the next day, right? Talking about killing another white guy, whatever, selling drugs, murking another white guy. And it's two staunch contradictions, because in one breath you're supposed to be the stand-up guy pushing prison reform, but then on the next end, like, it's like a nightlife. Like, I'm talking, kill this mother. So that's what happened. He pointed out their contradictions, and they don't want to confront it. But go ahead, man. I just wanted to, yeah.
Nah, well said too. You look at the platform he said it on, and shout out to Sway for giving him the platform, because there's not been many platforms to give him a voice. And when you think about his message, when you think about what he's, and like I said, and I said this in one of our prior conversations, you can think what you want about his religion. You can debate that and have conversation all day about the religion aspect of what he talks about, but strip all that aside and think about what he's trying to do for hip hop. One, he's a dope artist. Listen to his music genuinely, and although I don't listen to Christian rap, he doesn't package it in a form to which you think you listening to Christian music. You listening to music that doesn't have cuss words, it don't have nigga all in it, and he's still telling a real story about street life that's going on within his community, his people dying, him getting ran down by the cops, him almost dying at the basketball court, all of this stuff that we go through, but he did it and packaged it in a way that your 7-year-old kid could also listen to it, right? So I commend him for that.
Right.
Because although we love listening to the Biggies and the look, I love Busta Rhymes, one of my favorite artists. I'm taking my daughter to gymnastics. I really can't play his music because it's N-words thrown all around it. Words that we use and shit, but at the end of the day, do I want my kids to listen to this and adapt the same behavior we had? When are we going to change? And when D1 gets on major platforms like Sway in the Morning and says, you got to do better, brother. I love you, but you got to do better. That causes so much anger that now, as a damn near well-grown man, how old is Jim? 45?
Gotta be damn near 50.
Damn near 50 years old.
Yeah.
And the body language is defensive, and it's like, damn, now nobody can criticize with love without being violent and getting threatened with violence. It comes off real cowardly, if you ask me. And it all comes about, why can't we just simply have a conversation? You can have your points. You can look him in his face and say, bro, I don't give a fuck what you're saying. I'm going to continue to do it. But be genuine and stand on that. Don't say I give and try to throw out the dollar amount in which you give for the people like Rick Ross did, like Meek Mill kind of alluded to. Don't talk about what you're doing. Talk about the message and how you're giving it. If you can't do it, hip-hop, without doing that, say that. If you don't care and you're going to make your money because this is how you make your money, respect to that, say that.
Right.
But to just throw criticism, they're talking about his looks, they're talking about his appearance, they want to clown this, they want to clown that. We've seen that type of talk before, and that's very insecure.
Yeah.
It shows a high level of insecurity when you start jabbing at looks and jabbing at this and jabbing at that and running away from the point at hand. And that's what's bothersome. And we've been calling out for years, fans of Jim Jones, like Rick Ross, love Meek Mill.
Word.
And it bothers us to have to do these type of things because we want to believe outside of the hip-hop, outside of the music, that they genuinely care are better. But when you see behavior like this, unfortunately, you got to call it out.
I wanted to call out Farrakhan when Farrakhan checked him because Farrakhan's messages, he talks about hip-hop all the time in instructing the hip-hop. Did you have all this smoke for Farrakhan and NOI? I doubt it. I doubt it very highly. So, again, I just believe that it was just, because they have a guilty conscience in some of this, and we can't, ever... they don't want to hear anything contrary to what they're doing. And I believe, and we see Meek Mill helping. We see Rick Ross helping.
Nobody saying it don't help.
We see Jim Jones helping. But the one thing D1 said that was key, he said, more people listen to your music than get your turkeys. And I think like little shit like that just crushes the whole argument of what these dudes are trying to say. But, again, commend these dudes because they ain't got to really do nothing, honestly. So commend these dudes. Commend Meek Mill for even going out and, doing the prison reform. Commend Jim Jones for giving out turkeys like Nino Brown, whatever he's doing in Harlem. We commend you for that. But this was wrong, and I think the conversation still needs to be had. There needs to be a panel. Whoever's going to be on the panel of these rappers, should Meek Mill, Jim Jones, Jay-Z, all these dudes need to sit down with other like-minded people and have the conversation about the lyrics and what effect it's having, if any, on the community. I think that'd be dope.
I got 2 more points on this conversation.
Yeah, rock it out. Rock it out.
One, when you said this, you hit the nail right on the coffin in the beginning of this whole goddamn conversation. It's unfortunate, right, that you could say all the positive things about these brothers. You can support them. You can do all of this stuff, and it falls on deaf ears when it's time to support, when it's time to be even acknowledged. But when it's time to get nasty and you want to start cutting a little bit, or you feel as though someone cut you, that's when they all on your Instagram. They magically find that.
Right.
They magically find your email.
Right.
They magically addressing you on all their social medias where blogs and all this stuff could pick up this negative fuel like D1 alluded to. You're cooking up poison. So when they feel like they start cooking up poison, now we got all this drama going on. When you missed the whole 10 other things when I was bigging you up, I was telling people to support you, when I was promoting and advocating for you to get more money because you deserve it as an artist, when all this positive shit was going on, and then we want to kind of, get together and try to build something. Nothing. Quiet.
Right. You can't get in touch with these dudes.
At all. They don't even know you. They won't even acknowledge your existence. But then you say, man, F this dude. Fuck this. Whatever. Talk about a man.
Charles
whatever.
the White approach.
Charles, exactly.
Right.
Then you the most famous thing in the world. So it's sad.
And then they actually end up sitting down and dealing with these dudes. They actually disrespect them.
Yep.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I
forgot my other goddamn point. But at the end of the day, man, I'm glad salute the D1 for allowing this conversation to happen. Salute him for having the courage to call out people, even though it was with all love. I didn't hear anything wrong about what he said. That's why I wish, even though if they disagree, they can have an honest conversation because of how he approached it. But it shows you how insecure they are, man. It's sad.
Yeah, and great. Yeah, I think that was a great conversation we just had, man.
Word.
Shout out to all the people listening in, and you know, if you enjoyed the conversation, if you stayed around for the full conversation, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button for us. Share the video. Don't forget to subscribe down below on the